everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, welcome. This is Essential Patience and I am Patience. In today's video, I'll be giving a comparison of a community college versus going to a four-year university. As we all know, the national student loan debt is over $1 trillion and people are looking to community colleges. But community colleges have been there for a very long time. But how does it stand in today's society? Why do people choose to go or not to go to a community college? And what do I think about it? Well, let's find out. Now, in this video, I am not going to tell you not to go to a community college or to go to a community college, but I hope to give an unbiased comparison. Then at the end, I will give my thoughts. The first thing we can all agree on is that going to a four-year university is significantly higher than going to a community college. According to recent data, the average annual cost of attending a community college is approximately $3,570. In comparison, going to a four-year public university can cost $9,970 per year. And if you're attending as an out-of-state student, the tuition will be $27,023. And we can compare all that to attending a four-year university, which averages $38,185 per year. The difference is astounding. It's huge. Not to mention that many community colleges are now offering scholarships that will cover everything to many students whose parents make like under $100,000. It's very different for each county, but you could look and get to know what your county offers. And this is just for tuition. When we combine the entire cost of attendance, it is no-brainer that community colleges are significantly cheaper than four-year universities, public or private. But that's not the only thing that goes into choosing a university. But let's go to another important part that nobody really talks about. This comes into the form of how long are you spending to get your bachelor's degree? Because the truth is, most people at community colleges can't get their bachelor's degree. So they're going to have to go to a community college and then transfer to a four-year university to attain their bachelor's degree. How long does the process take? Well, let's find out. According to research, it takes students an average of 48 months at a four-year university to receive their degree. This is in comparison to community college students who average 75 months to attain their bachelor's degree. Let's break this math down. It means that the average student that attends a four-year university graduates with their bachelor's degree within 4 years. In comparison, students who attend community colleges first take on average 6.25 years to attain their bachelor's degree. That is over a 2-year difference. And people can make an argument like, is it really worth it? And why is it taking much longer to go to a community college and transfer than to just go straight to a four-year university? Because there is this nostalgic memory of the days where students will go to a two-year university, finish a degree within 2 years, transfer all those credits to a four-year university who will take all the credits and allow you to graduate within 2 years. We will get into that later. But before we go there, we can also compare certain things such as distance. A lot of students who attend a four-year university either travel quite far or even out of state to attend their universities. Versus community colleges, I don't really know anybody who went out of the state to attend a community college. I'm sure it happens, but most people just stay within the state and even within the county. Another thing we can compare is flexibility. Four-year institutions tend to be more rigid. There is a scheme from the beginning to the end on how you receive your degree in 4 and then sometimes 5 years. Compared to community college, I don't think there's much of a structure. I mean, it's there, but I don't think it's very strictly enforced. People can take classes that they want and follow some sort to get the associate's degree. Maybe it's more than that, I don't know. But I think with community college, people have the chance to explore more classes and determine where they want to be. Which leads into my next point of four-year universities tend to have more choices when it comes to majors. This is because a lot of time their facilities are more extensive than that of community colleges, where there are some basic and still good majors, but it's just not going as in-depth. So their facilities are less extensive and more advanced in comparison to four-year universities and institutions that tend to have more money and more ability to offer choices to students. So with all of this, should you go to a community college or should you go to a four-year university straight? I say it depends. Just like I stated before, community colleges tend to have less choices in majors. So before we even get deeply into this conversation, does your community college offer your major? And if that answer is no, well, I think that's where it ends, right? But attending a four-year university definitely gives you more exposure to more majors. The next thing you have to ask yourself is, what is your financial situation? Do you have a college fund? Would you need scholarships? How else are you going to get the money to fund your college degree? Will your parents help? These are all questions that will determine which is the best fit for you. Ultimately, if you're relying on scholarships to fund your college degree, like I did, check out my video on how to get scholarships for debt-free college. Overall, financial situations do play a good part in deciding whether you want to go to a community college or a four-year college. And even then, is it public or private? The next point is where you are in life. During my senior year of high school, I had narrowed down my majors to two: environmental engineering and electrical engineering. And because of that, that's why I applied to colleges. If one college didn't have electrical, I went with environmental. If they didn't have environmental, I went to electrical. All I knew was that I wanted to be an engineer. Some people don't have quite that focus when they're getting out of high school, and it might need some time to explore different majors to decide, where do I want to be? And in that case, I think it's best to go to a community college because it allows you to take certain classes, introductory classes to subjects in different fields without it being very expensive. Attending a college that costs $50,000 a year as an undecided student is a very expensive year to make a decision. But at the end of the day, it's up to you and whether you have that money or not. Another thing we don't really talk about is, are you ready to live away from home or to be away from home for longer? Of course, you can always go to a public university and commute, drive there, come back, or public transportation. But sometimes if you're gonna go to a different or farther university, like, are you ready to live on your own and to detach from your household? The answer might be no. You might just be more comfortable at that time in your life to live at home. And there's nothing wrong with that. The next thing is that four-year institutions come with lots and lots of fees compared to community colleges. I think community colleges have a better understanding of people's financial situations, and a lot of people are just trying to get their degree for as little as possible. But with four-year universities, there's a lot involved. So there are a lot of fees that comes with attending a four-year university, aside from your tuition and your room and board. Now, let's go to my opinions. And remember, these are my opinions. Don't come for me. Everybody has them. But these are essentially my personal opinions and why I chose to go to a four-year university rather than a community college. Of course, when I graduated, I was mentally ready for four-year university. I chose my major and I was like, I'm sticking to this. Especially after the first year, I'm like, I'm not switching. I don't care what happens. I am finishing this major. So I definitely had that commitment and I was ready to finish what I had started. So it was definitely a different mind space. I wasn't like, let me explore this subject and that subject and I'm not really sure about engineering. No, I took that and I committed and I was fully involved through and through. I also fall into the average of finishing my university within 4 years. Some of the reasons why I chose not to go to a community college stems from transferring the credits. We don't really talk a lot about this, but as time goes on, colleges take less and less of transfer credits, especially if it comes from community colleges. During my senior year of high school, I took some college level classes at my local community college, which was considered dual enrollment. So I'm still in high school, but I'm taking college level classes. When I tried to transfer these credits, it was so hard. And it wasn't but 12 credits. But there were some classes I didn't even want to take. I could only imagine getting my entire associate's degree, and I know people who this has happened to. They have 60 plus credits from community colleges, and the colleges they want to transfer to are just not taking them. This is prevalent, especially in some majors, including engineering, which is why I did not want to take my chances by going to a community college. If you're majoring in other things such as computer engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, computer science, I would say definitely do your research before attending community colleges, because transferring those credits will be challenging for many people. But there are some majors that don't mind, like they would take those credits. But for some reason, which I understand, transferring those credits within the STEM field can be quite challenging. I think I definitely do like a whole other video on the truth about community colleges, because sometimes people are like, oh, why don't you just go to community college and transfer and get your degree within 4 years? And that is such a small percentage of people who are able to do that. Most people who go to community colleges are not able to get their degree within 4 years. It is just the truth. So we all need to talk about it and not give students false hope that they can go to a community college, get a 2-year degree, go to 4-year, get another, finish those 4 years and be done with it. Because a lot of times that's not the truth. Students end up spending more time at a community college, sometimes 3 years, transferring and spending another 3 years at your 4-year institution. And it just drags on, like 6 years for a bachelor's degree. Wow, like that's long for a lot of people. And I just want to say, I know this happens, like even if you transfer colleges in general, it does take you longer. So if you're transferring from one university to another, sometimes it will still take you just as long as if you had gone to community college and then transfer those credits. Another reason for me was the limited facilities. Like I said before, 4-year institutions tend to have more money on average than community colleges. And engineering is just one of those majors where facilities are kind of required in order to learn and to get a practice on like what you are doing. So going to universities that have those facilities to enhance my learning was just really important to me, and why I chose that over a 2-year university. And another very important part is the limited amount of internships. I remember still being in high school when I was doing dual enrollments and going over for a career fair at my community college where I was taking classes. And the career fair was literally so empty. I didn't get any internship. There were no interesting companies or many interesting companies there. I had to give it to them. They tried, but compared to what I saw at Howard University and the career fair, and literally how huge it is, like so many companies, so many opportunities right there, it's just something that many community colleges cannot compare to. I'm not saying that you will not get an internship because you go to a community college. What I am trying to say is that having companies come to my school to do information sessions, to come to career fairs and give on-site interviews definitely made my internship search less hectic. Because first of all, it's already a lot of work versus like having no companies and me like not even knowing like where to start. So it's just something to think about, because for many fields, internships are very important in ensuring to future employers that you are a good candidate and you have been able to practice some of your knowledge from classroom to an on-site and field working experience. And to wrap this all up, one of the main reasons why I did not go to a community college was because of transfer scholarships. This goes back to that old reality of when you go to a 2-year community college, you do great, you get like a 4.0 in every single semester, and all of a sudden a 4-year university will take you, give you a full scholarship, and that's it. While that might still exist, I'm sure somewhere they do exist. Let me know if you're one of those lucky people. According to my research during my senior year of high school, I could see that many colleges cap the amount of scholarship they gave to transfer students. And with that, my decision came through. I was going to go to a 4-year university right away. And also because I just got a good amount of scholarship that I could build upon with like other outside scholarships. And it would be much easier for me to go straight there. My decision was made. I was going to go to a 4-year university, Howard University, and just take the scholarship I was given, apply for more outside scholarship to fund my education rather than going to my local community college, doing 2 to 3 years, because that was how long the engineering program was, transfer to Howard, do another 2 to 3 years because they wouldn't take all the credits, and have to go through all that ordeal. In the end, the decision is essentially yours. You have to factor in where you are and what you see for your life and basically make that decision. Don't be looking for the answer in what I did or what anybody else did, because that might not be the right thing for you. Do your research, analyze yourself, the institutions you're interested in, and in the end, make your decision. I am so glad I went to Howard University. If I could do it all over again, I would have done exactly what I did. And that is all for this video. I hope I was able to stay in the middle ground and like not too biased. But I loved Howard. I loved my experience at Howard and I'm glad I went. So thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Like, comment, and subscribe. And leave a comment and let me know, did you go straight to four-year university or go through a community college? And how is that for you? Did you like it? Is there anything that I missed in this video that you would like to let me know? Or even if you have a different experience, I'm sure different states and people who went to school in different countries or counties probably had a different experience. So let me know. And thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.